Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the April. Oh my God, 2022. I forgot what year it was. Holy cow! Not a lot of sleep in the last couple days. Patreon Hangout. Hello. I think we only have a couple people in at the moment, but that's all good. Hope everybody's having a good night so far, or a day, or all of that. Oh, there we go. We got a few. It's weird. It'll say like concurrent viewers, and literally the concurrent viewers that I'm seeing on the dashboard is fewer than the number of people who are currently displayed on. Excuse me, that was directly into the mic. Like we've got double as many people chatting as it thinks that we have concurrent viewers, so that's fun. I am definitely kind of quiet. Let's see if I can do something about that. There might be a setting on YouTube side that because my mic is actually cranked way harder than it had been before. So maybe it's something on this end. Nope, that mic is up to 100%. The noise gate is off. Yeah, everything is just there and parametric equalizer. Maybe that's something I got to play with at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal with that is. I guess, oh, you know what? We probably come in quiet. So we come in quiet because the settings for all of these things are set in a way so that when it comes time to edit, I can add gain without having to worry about us blowing out the mics. Oh, I didn't think before. Speaking of delay, I mean, I'll mess with the audio while we're doing this, but let's see if that's any better. I'll try not to like get super loud. If my audio seems like it's not lined up properly with my face, let me know and I can tweak that too. I gotta remember to turn that down later. I'm gonna be super loud in I guess I won't be super loud. I just have to remember when I'm freaking out during Kirby's Dream Course to like get back off the mic if I'm gonna get like actually loud. Or I will both deafen people in it is synced correctly? Perfect. I just don't want to deafen people in the stream by suddenly having volume and forgetting about that later. I need to get a dimmer switch for this guy right here because I think if you guys watched the anniversary stream, it's such a beautiful light in person. It's so vibrant and green and lovely, and I adore the thing. But when I try this camera, the webcam is the problem here. The webcam can't handle the entire. You can even see right now, just like the way that this shot looks, it's like weirdly dark and blown out at the same time. It's very weird. This webcam is like reaching its limitations in terms of utility here. But the problem is this guy, the neon LED light, is so strong that it just blows out the webcam. So I'm gonna get myself like a dimmer switch. Probably in the next couple weeks, and I'll test it out a bit because I would love to have that lit up. The screen is not reversed for me, so when I'm pointing left right now. It's not reversing on my side because I'm seeing how it looks, to you guys. But anyway, in Kirby's Dream Course, we got through all the gold medals of the courses and unlocked the extra course, and now we are 3 courses into extra course in terms of gold medals. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm just playing through the course once and then going for the gold medal. Last night's stream I had to re-upload because I ran out of space exporting and didn't realize, and it's a long stream from last night, so I have to it takes a lot longer for that one to get online, so that one's probably going to go up tomorrow. Extra course appears to basically be the same courses as the regular game, except the enemy placements, the hole placement. Well, the hole placement is based on the enemy placements. The enemy placements and Kirby's starting position are completely different. And some other like, because I think the topography, I guess, would be the right word, of the landscape that you're on is the same, but whatever's on those spaces is gonna be very different. So yeah, it is for all intents and purposes very much like the extra stage version of like Kirby's Dream Land, for example, where the stage itself is the same, but everything in it is different. It is substantially harder. I think I spent about 3 hours on the third course alone last night. Somewhere in the ballpark of that. I would have to go back and check, but it was a lot. Actually, I might be able to check if I'm very careful. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do. Oh, actually, no. I can manage this. Do that, and then that. Because now I'm curious. I want to see. Yeah, I spent approximately 2 hours and 12 minutes. Sorry, no, 3 hours and 12 minutes on the third course. So that was a thing that happened. It was a lot. It was a ton there. I'm looking forward to. I'm in, as insane as it is. This is all the Kirby's Dream Course stuff is new to me, so that's like brand new stuff that I'm very much like enjoying getting to check out. I'm looking forward to moving on to some of the other stuff that's in there, though. Most of what's left is going to feel a little bit less absurd in terms of challenges. There's going to be hard stuff that comes up for sure, but I am looking forward to moving on from this one because that was my 4th stream, and I would have to imagine I've got another 3 to go. If I had to guess, I bet I have 3 more streams to go. If I can really light it up on some of these, it might be 2, but I'm guessing it'll be 3. And if any of them are shorter size streams, it might even be 4. So we'll see. But yeah, so I guess that's a good segue into talking about where the various series are in general. I covered Nightmare and the Dreamy Let's Play streams. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the final entry in the Dreamy Let's Play. We're in the midst of that right now. I don't know if we're going to have any this coming week. Lindsay wound up fairly sick last weekend, and I don't know what her status is right now, and we wanted to make sure that she was in on that, before moving forward. So we may have one more week, but we only had a couple episodes this week. We might have this coming week off from Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so we'll see how that one goes. She's doing fine. She was just like, it's more a matter of just being contagious and all that jazz. But she was saying that like she didn't feel too rough, just pushing through all that jazz. There we go. Yeah, a lot of motion sickness from Resident Evil 4, which we still have quite a bit left of that, so that'll be good. We have been making our way through there. I think the episode that either went up today or is going up on Monday is probably the first real indicator at just how rough the video quality can be sometimes. Also, man, I gotta remember to actually just like fully shave before I come on for these streams, because like it looks like I've just got these little things and nothing else, but there is stuff that is here too. It just like it comes in lighter. And the lights are like not doing me any favors. It's actually blowing out my face a little bit on that side. Let me fix that real quick. That's a little bit hot. Nope. Come on. There we go. Let's do. Oop. Well, let's not go super dark. Right around there seems fine. There we go. Yeah, Resident Evil 4. We're making our way through. I peeked ahead to see how many chapters there are in that game, like blank chapters, and there's a good number of them. We might be at it for a while. It was probably gonna be a long game, even for the regular version. There's an outside possibility that Resident Evil 4 could go over 100 episodes based on our current pace and how much we've recorded so far. Can't say it for sure. And it does seem like it'll be close, and it'll really depend on a lot of other factors. But it is probably going to be the longest one we've done so far, I think. it's been good so far. It's been hilarious in person watching Lindsay, flail around and get the job done with that. I do not envy her. I would not want to be doing it. I would not want to be doing that myself. So, Resident Evil. Oh, in the world of Mega Man. So we have both started the Star Force 2 post game. All the episodes we've done so far are currently online. We haven't recorded any since then just yet. But we have started the post game. We've begun our march into the alternate world, and checking out all the things that are going on over there. And outside of the world of Star Force, we have Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch, which has finally begun. We've had those episodes for we recorded these episodes like a month ago, and I just have not had the bandwidth to get that situated and get an intro together for it and all of these things, but it is up now. We're good to go. It's been a rocky start. I guess there's a couple settings that are broken if you don't go it when you play at full screen. I guess it messes up the resolution calculations in a way where stuff just gets knocked off the side of the screen, even if you tell it to use a resolution that should work. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but we're going to I'm going to be taking a look at that before our next recording session and get that all squared away, and see if I can figure out the strafing situation as well. Originally the post-game stuff was all going to be one full kind of list together, but as it started to get larger and larger, it just got to a point where it was like, all right, I can't realistically have this be one huge list. I should probably break it up. I think that the first two parts are going to wind up being by far the biggest, but we'll see how that goes, by the time things are done. What happened to Robot Rumble is I need John to be here for a long enough stretch of time for us to make that happen. Or I need to be able to get him online for a couple hours to do one of those. Each episode of Robot Rumble was 4 or 5 hours of recording, mostly in one sitting. So we're trying to make that work. John currently lives 2 hours away, so it's been tricky to get him out here for stuff, but we're doing our best. We should hopefully be able to get a solution going again soon, because I do want to finish that. I don't want to leave that one completely just halfway done and then not be doing it anymore. But that will come back. It's just a matter of when we can sort it out, or if we do it through Discord, I guess, or something. I don't know. We're working on it. Details will be revealed as we figure them out, I suppose. Sonic, I put up we had 2 extra episodes of Sonic and the Secret Rings that I was hanging on to for a while, because I figured as soon as we got back into it, I would just put those up and then continue on. And then we haven't had a chance to record any more for the last month or so. And even that was just a single session, which was the first we'd recorded in 2 months. So hopefully we'll be able to get Sonic and the Secret Rings back on its feet again, because I would like to get the Supersonic Let's Play in general moving again, especially given what's coming out in June. We only have 2 months until Sonic Origins lands, and I want to not be in the middle of a game when that happens. So that'd be kind of a nice thing to be done with before we get there. What else? Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's been a bit of a slow start, just kind of sitting down and making that one happen, but I think we're going to find some time for that this weekend. We'll get that on its feet again, too. I am really looking forward to that game. I feel bad that we've let it sit for so long, but it is a fun little twist on the classic formula, and it's been neat so far, so I'm definitely down for more of that. We're gonna see what options there are as far as Sonic Origins in terms of gameplay and things, because there's bonus modes that haven't been done before. There's obviously widescreen Sonic 3. There may be, I'm assuming the prototype soundtrack is going to be in the game, as opposed to the Michael Jackson, Brad Buxer, that group of folks, just because of the way that things are, unfortunately. But we're gonna have to see. We need more info before we can make a final decision on that. Worst case scenario, we'll play the classic games again. Why the hell not? So it's always a fun excuse to just go back to the good ones there. But that's the thing between both sets of the games. Honestly, the first games was really the beginning of it, because then after that we were doing 32X, and we were doing general Christmas stuff, and then New Year's came around, the holidays, the second games, the 11th anniversary stream, getting stuff hurried up for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. There's been a lot going on, and honestly, there's also the games. The first games came around the same time that Zelda was ending, wasn't it? Because that was near the end of last year, I think, or was that the year before? That might have been the year before. No, I think that was the year before. I don't even remember at this point. It's been the last 2 years are a huge smear in my brain. Diamond and Pearl was has definitely been moving, though. Again, we also either John needs to record some of those from where he is, or he needs to be able to come down to record some here. He's not going to be here this weekend, so there won't be any Diamond or Pearl coming into this week. But we'll see how that's looking. I don't know. Yeah, right. The 2020 Olympics of 2021. Oh my God. Oh, my back. The other in no particular order, dimmer switch and an office chair. This chair is killing me. I need to be done with this gamer chair. Does not work for me. Is like the chair that I had before was definitely more comfortable than this. My back hates this damn thing. So happy to be done with it. GT Racing, you and your uncomfortable, stiff, awkward, spine-mangling chair. Yep, Pokemon Sword. We got to have Jeff and Ben here at the same time to make that one work. Final Fantasy VII really only works if we have a couple people here at the same time, because the whole point of that was to have a bunch of folks in for it. Same with Just Shapes and Beats. We have really had zero luck in being able to get a bunch of people together at the same time outside of the marathon streams. So we'll do what we can. We'll try to get stuff done whenever we have people for them. That's just kind of the rule that we go with. Stuff that is going to fairly reliably be coming out consistently. Resident Evil, CJ, Felice, Lindsay are usually in pretty much every week or every other week, and we try to record stuff ahead just in case. That'll probably stay pretty regular. Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch is going to take a while, so I'm probably going to be pushing a little hard to keep that one moving, just to make sure that we can get through that. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I mean, if Lindsay wasn't sick last week, we would have already recorded more anyway. So this is probably going to be the last blip that game really has. Hindsight, again, that one we need to figure out timing with other folks to be able to get stuff recorded. We have to get live stuff taken care of as well. I still have to decide what I'm even doing with the story section of that, just because it's flown so far away from what I had kind of originally wanted to do with it, that I really don't know what I want to do with it anymore in terms of meta story stuff. COVID really fucked up a lot of our ability to weave a bunch of stuff together randomly. And it also meant that we were all a lot more separate, a lot more often, and that kind of, had an impact there as well. We already mentioned Pokemon Sword. Diamond Pearl, we did that as well. I'm done with my third chapter of that. It's up to John now to do his, and it's a long ass chapter, so it could take a little while to get through that one. Not to lean forward too much, but I'm debating maybe doing a stream of Scarlet or Violet when they come out. I was already kind of debating whether or not, if it seemed like a padlock was feasible, whether or not it would be worth trying to do one with that. But I would need more details to be able to make that call in the first place. Anyway, but I don't know. It's slow trying to get through these padlocks as is, with the situation being what it is right now. So I don't know that I want to go that deep with it, but I'm interested in Scarlet and Violet. So that's the thing. Yeah. The areas, the area segmenting is probably the number one. It's not the only factor by any stretch, but is definitely the number one factor for sure of some big, if there's another wild area style situation, it just doesn't really work well without actively spoiling stuff for yourself for the sake of making the rules make sense. I believe the bet was I bet that the names of the legendaries were going to in some way play on infrared and ultraviolet. So some kind of infra, ultra, some kind of thing like that. Since Scarlet and Violet are so far to the other sides of the spectrum there. Trust me, I would love to play Black and White also, especially seeing as I'm going to need to buy a shitload of extra days of Pokemon Bank transfers ahead of time, just so I have any vague possibility of being able to transfer whoever we use out of Pokemon Black by the time we're done. Same goes for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Same goes for Black and White 2 also. So, yeah, I don't know. Is the bank going to be free? I thought the idea was that the bank... it'll be free to use, so okay. I thought that the bank was doing some other thing where it was like... That's what it was. You have to have it downloaded, which we do. But otherwise, okay. So then I won't worry too much about that then. I'm so sad that Joplin, the costume Pikachu, is just stuck in Alpha Sapphire forever. That makes me super duper sad. That's the thing is, like, I would probably consider doing like a stream, whether it's a Nuzlocke or not, of Scarlet or Violet. I'm just kind of like I'm keeping my options open on that. Because it'd be kind of nice to be able to just do Pokemon fully at my own pace, as opposed to having to start and stop so often. So I don't know. That'll be kind of an interesting thing there. What else? Kind of talked a little about Kingdom Hearts. We started Dream Drop Distance HD, and we got a couple hours into it. We have some episodes coming out this weekend. I've already edited them, so the 4K version should be. I mean, not even should be. The 4K version is already good to go, so it's going to be nice and crisp. I like it so far. I'm enjoying it. The flow motion controls, I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about them to start with, but I actually kind of dig them. It gives you a lot of that mobility, that late game mobility kind of early, which is nice. It means the places can get a lot bigger. It also means that you have a means of dealing with large enemies without doing the stupid, all right, go around to the back or use a spell to like stun them and then go around the back. Like that shit drove me nuts. So I'm happy to have an alternative that doesn't require, that level of tedium. And the spirits are fun too. It's a fun little monster raising kind of chunk of the game, and they're pretty cute. And it's a fun excuse to Pokemonize a little segment of Kingdom Hearts. So I'm down for it. The World Ends With You was a wonderful surprise. In the midst of all of that, I had no idea that was going on. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. No, so that's pretty rad. I'm looking forward to more of that. There's a good chance we'll play some more this weekend, for, recording for weekends ahead. So we have a big backlog. Yeah, it's actually gonna be interesting. A lot of my weekends over the course of the spring are gonna be a little complicated. I've got stuff going on either Saturday or Sunday for nearly every weekend for the next 2-3 months. About 3 months at this point. So it's going to get a little bit tricky. I'll still be here and able to record. It's just a matter of here's Mother's Day. Here's a party that we really should go to for family and stuff. But that'll be okay. I won't be streaming the last Thursday of May. Nor will that be when the Patreon Hangout is next. It's not going to be the 27th of May. It's going to be the 20th of May, because I'm going to be gone for Memorial Day weekend, basically. But yeah, we got the next 4 weeks. This coming Thursday, I'm not going to be streaming because Sarah and I are going to go see Doctor Strange. But outside of that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the next 7 Tuesday and Thursday slots are gonna be good to go, And then I'm just skipping that Thursday. I'll be back the Tuesday that's after there too. Oh, that's right. Yeah, R-Rated is also back. I have the 5th episode recorded. It'll be going up probably very late tonight. Essentially, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to be exporting and uploading it. But I'm all caught up on the show now in time for the finale next week. Going to be doing Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness also next week, as well as probably some things coming up for the spring. I'm going to try to like pre-record a couple for some like fun related like little series of things. I think that'll be a good time. Excuse me, my goodness. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Is there anything else that really jumped out as stuff to... Also, Moon Knight has been improving steadily over the course of the show. The beginning, I was kind of like, this is fine, I guess, but it's gotten dramatically better over the last 3 episodes, culminating in this past episode was a fucking doozy. Yeah, oh yeah, I could definitely do a poll for R-Rated, absolutely. I'd certainly be down for it. I'm always open to suggestions. I think the only stuff that's like kind of locked in generally is I do want to be able to do reviews of the MCU shows and movies as they come out, but so long as I can manage it without having that like, wind up impacting the MCU ones, then yeah, I'm down for reviewing anything. I also want to put a little bit more, I had to do some like catch up on Moon Knight, so the reviews are a little bit more scattered and a little bit less like, I don't want to say prepared, but I definitely haven't like carefully made like outlines of things as I did with What If in particular. I really tried to put together Spider-Man. Also, I tried to put together like outlines essentially of topics I wanted to talk about, which was okay, but it definitely meant that the process was taking many hours at that point. Like I watched a Spider-Man movie that took 2 hours. I then sat down and looked at my notes and organized them. Actually, watching Spider-Man usually took more than 2 hours because when I was taking notes, I would sometimes have to pause so I wasn't missing more stuff. I then had to go through my notes and organize them, which usually took like an hour. And then I did my review, which was like an hour. And so this was like 5 or 6 hours just to record the review. Then I had to go in and do tweaks on editing so that I could go online, and that usually took several more hours to get out. Essentially, it was like an entire day-long process for those at the time. So I need to figure out a better way to streamline my process. Excuse me. My goodness. My allergies have been killing me. The cats are shedding like crazy now that it's getting warm out, and Homeboy has not been sleeping a lot as a result. I've literally been waking myself up sneezing or just faucet nosing for like the last 3-4 nights in a row. I think I'm on like 2 hours sleep right now. We went to bed very late last night, and I got out of bed at like, was it 7 this morning? Something like that. And that was after being awake for a while, so that was fun. I'm getting way off topic, probably because I'm very sleep deprived. Yeah, I'm excited for Ms. Marvel too. Everyone's kind of like dunking on it on Twitter, and I just don't see it. I think it looks fine. I think it looks fun. I think it'll be a good time. Also, people are getting like legit mad about the power changing things. Like, one, if the power looks like way too much like just Mr. Fantastic, then yeah, they may want to tweak it a little bit so it's a little bit more distinct. Like the more unique you can have characters look, one, the less it's going to feel repetitive in your brain, and two, when they do team up things, it'll be less ambiguous who you're looking at doing a thing. Also, very strong possibility that they're going to play with like the more stretchy style power thing in there at some point anyway. They have made it very clear in these shows that they love they love the weird lore shit to sprinkle on in there. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll be a fun show. And I think that's in June. That's like the first, I guess second technically week. June 8th, I think, is the first episode of Ms. Marvel. So like it's gonna be a little bit before, between those. It's gonna be a good like month or so. Actually, almost exactly a month. A teeny bit over a month. By the time Ms. Marvel comes out. But yeah. Yeah, I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I have a fun video that I want to try putting out next week that I've been fiddling with for eons. I haven't done the hard part yet, but I've also been trying to edit forward a little bit so that I can free up a bit more time and space to make it happen. We'll see if I can get through it in time. It's still a pretty long haul at this point, but if I can manage it, then cool. If I can't, I'll find some point to push it back to and get it done for then. So we'll see. Sarah and I finished watching Peter Capaldi's run of Doctor Who. We hadn't watched the finale yet, and we finally got around to watching the finale and the first couple episodes of Jody Whittaker's run as the 13th Doctor. So, I think the gap between Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel is probably going to be the last significant gap of the year, because what else? Somewhere I have the list. Because Ms. Marvel is, I think, still going to be actively airing when Thor: Love and Thunder comes out. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is near the end of this year. I thought there was another show or two coming out this year. I think She-Hulk is coming out this year also, which is probably going to be that might be an August thing. I don't know. Also, there were murmurs that What If Season 2 might actually come out this year, but I think that's next year. Yeah, I've heard rough things about the writing of Chris Chibnall's tenure as the showrunner on Doctor Who. I will say the cinematography and the effects have dramatically improved between Series 10 and Series 11. And even Capaldi's era was pretty sharp looking anyway. Season 13, it feels like the difference between a really good TV budget and a decent movie budget. And maybe that's just that the tech is easier to work with and you can do a lot more magic in post. The old Lumetri color tweaking and all of that jazz. Or maybe they actually finally gave them a legit budget to work with after a bajillion and a half years. That'd be what? That'd be the 37th season of the show. So that'd be nice if they could do that. I'm also wondering, is the 60th anniversary going to line up with the 40th season of the show? And I think it might. Because the classic series was 26 before abruptly ending. And I want to say when it came back in 2005 with Rose, they called it Series 1, but I believe it was technically Season 27. So now I think Flux is Season 13, and it's the third Jodie Whittaker season, I think. I don't know. So, I don't know. We'll see. I know there's murmurs about what the 60th anniversary special is even going to be, and in my mind, I'm just like, okay, well, the easiest way to think about it is going to be they're probably going to do some kind of multi-doctor thing, and who hasn't, and it's like, all right, so which doctors would, haven't come around lately, and it's like, all right, 10 and 11 did their thing. Obviously, John Hurt is no longer with us, so the War Doctor is out unless they wanted to really awkwardly recast, which I hope they don't. I guess 8 was also there, so 8, 10, and 11 all got pretty recently done. I say recently, they were in the 50th anniversary special. We recently had 12 doing stuff with 1, so there's the question of, do they hire someone to revive the role of the second or third doctors? Do they bring Tom Baker in to actually be the fourth Doctor as opposed to the curator? Peter Davison hasn't been around since Time Crash, I think, with the 10th Doctor, and 6 and 7. I mean, 6 hasn't been around. I don't think Colin Baker's done anything visual with Doctor Who since his time was up, but he also left on pretty, at the time, not very amicable terms. Nowadays, it seems like things have cooled off pretty considerably, but, and then the 7th Doctor got his send-off in the movie, which was pretty neat. I'll be very curious to see what they're gonna do with that, or maybe they'll do another multi-master kind of situation, or maybe they'll bring the Mad Monk in. Who knows? I haven't watched I've watched 2 episodes of Jodie Whittaker, so there may be some things that are coming up in these seasons that I, will be surprised by that lead into some of that stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's a shame. It's such a bummer because Chris Eccleston was so good at what he did with the show. double bummer since like I feel like 9 and 13 would be a blast to have together at the same time. They would be really interesting to see, kind of bouncing off of each other a bit, and to get our two. I don't what is Jody Whittaker's accent. Like, I don't know if that's her normal accent or if she's doing an accent in the same way that David Tennant was. Let's see. Oh no, she's from the north also. Okay, that was the thing. Is like, it'd be cool to have the two doctors from up north in a thing together. That'd be fun. But I guess not. I don't know. Yeah, I usually stay away from leaks, so I have no idea what's been showing up in leaks and all of those things for that. It'd be cool to see some of the old companions come back from either the old show or the revival. I was literally just saying the other day, it'd be nice if Mickey or Martha came back ever again. Geez, are there even any other companions that could realistically come back without being like super shoehorned in? Yikes! I don't think, at least not anything up until 12. Hypothetically, Nardole. I think that's literally it. I guess Clara could technically come back, couldn't she? Oh no. Well, maybe. That's complicated. Yeah, I've heard that the Whittaker seasons are they leave a lot to be desired, which is such a shame because it was the same thing for me with okay, fair enough. Duly noted. Oh, that's right, I did hear about that. Same goes for John Barrowman, actually. The biggest problem to me with the Peter Capaldi era was the writing was often extremely bad. Not all the time, but enough of the time that it was getting really frustrating, where it's like, I want this Doctor to be able to explore some more, depth and stuff, and they keep writing these episodes that are just so bad. The two Zygon episodes, one of them was incredible, maybe one of the arguably the best of the entire run of the 12th Doctor, and then the one it was paired with was definitely one of the worst. And it was like, Jesus, guys, come on. And then whatever the one is about the sleep in your eye, I thought that was a two-parter, and the first one ended on a cliffhanger. And then we go to the next episode, and nope, it's a totally unrelated thing. And I was like, wait, what? That was just it? That was the end of that? Oh my God. Oh man. I think my other major issue, I think, with Peter Capaldi's era is that it felt a little too strongly like unfinished business from 11 and Clara. And then series 10, it felt like an inverse of like the 9th Doctor, essentially, where it's like, we've got all these things we want to do and we're doing it in one season. Get ready, go, and you're done. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's kind of a bummer there. I think it was a really great exploration of, the Doctor kind of confronting himself a lot. I think Stephen Moffat wanted to do that with the 11th Doctor, and it always came off as a little too try-hard and edgy. Like, the sleep doctor, like the Dream Lord or whatever, which is like, okay, I mean, sure, why not? And they kept doing this thing where it was like, the 11th Doctor secretly fucking hates himself. And it's just like, this is, I don't know. So Series 10 that makes a lot more sense, honestly, because a lot about the way Season 10 ended felt like replays of the endings of Series 8 and 9. Like, so much. Like, oh, hey, look, another Cyberman conversion that kind of goes a little bit wrong. And here's a repeat of, like, the end of 11's stuff where we're getting, like, the visions of the companion. Like, there was a lot of pieces of it that just kind of felt like just sort of redos. It still was like decent as an ending, but there was enough going on that felt like we're doing it again. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. I want something fresh and new. We'll see. It's weird. The cinematography in series 11 generally looks better. Like, it looks crisp and vibrant, and there's a lot more interesting shot compositions and things going on. And then there's really weird ones where, like, hey, let's have this extreme close-up on someone's face for no reason. Like, there's a lot of really jarring close-ups when they're doing, like, shot, reverse shot stuff. And it's just like, I don't know. But we're only 2 episodes in. We got a long way to go with that. It's a shame that I'm watching... that we are watching Jody Whittaker's run essentially the same way that I watched 10. I started watching Doctor Who during the Series 4 specials after the finale, after Journey's End. Was Journey's End? No. Yeah, after Journey's End, when you had like... The Waters of Mars and the End of Time, and the other 2, the one that was on the bus in the desert. I think it took place on Easter. And there was one more that I don't remember. Was that the Christmas one? Was that the one with Kazran Sardik? No, that was 11. That's the 11th Doctor. Was it the Titanic one? No, that was much earlier. Yeah, that one was much earlier because that one is actually the first time we see Wilfred. The Next Doctor. Oh, yeah. The Next Doctor was the one with, I don't remember who it was, but, like, essentially someone who had, like, popped open something of the Doctor's, and it, like, essentially tricked his mind into thinking he was the Doctor or something. Planet of the Dead. Planet of the Dead was on with the bus, yeah. The Next Doctor was the one with, was that the one with the Victorian ladies? I mean, I think it was in Victorian or Edwardian time. I forget. It's been a little while since I've seen those. And honestly, it's a shame that's the comparison that we have for the 4 of those, because it's like, all right, the Next Doctor, all right, Planet of the Dead, all right, the Waters of Mars, arguably one of the best episodes in the entire franchise, and The End of Time, which is a motherfucker of a finale. So it's like, oh, here's the set of 4 specials. Here's these 2 incredible ones, and here's these other 2 that are also here. The season of 2 parties. Of 2 partners. The one, I think that was series 10. Yeah. I had such a love-hate relationship with Nardole, where it was like, okay, all right, he's kind of here as he felt like essentially if 11 was a companion for 12 in some ways. Like, he just there was no social anything going on. He just kind of said shit and was very, didn't give a shit. And I don't know, it was weird. It was weird. Oh, season of 2 parters, not partners. Yeah, the season of 2 parters was frustrating because it felt very forced, and then they suddenly break it right near the end, where they go, all right, part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2, part 1, part 3 of a different story, and then a 2-part finale. And it's like, wait, no, you can't, don't do that. What the fuck is wrong with you? That was the only 1-parter in the entire thing was the one with the sleep in their eye that ends with the cliffhanger of like, uh-oh, they're still out there. And I was like, oh shit, second episode's going to be the aftermath of them making it down to Earth or something. And then, nope, that was just the end of the story. That was it. So yeah. That's my TED Talk on Doctor Who. I should probably let you guys go. I feel like I could go on for a while ranting about the last couple seasons of this, but the last 2 episodes of series 9, is that Heaven Sent and Hellbent? I gotta go back and rewatch those. Definitely a lot of twists and turns and things in there, and yeah, there was some Yeah, that's the thing. And not to mention the finale for series 10 ends with basically everybody dying or thinking everyone else is dead and losing. Like, everybody loses at the end of series 10. Kind of a massive downer if you actually think about the aftermath of what just happened there. So I don't know, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys very much for joining in for tonight. For anybody that's watching the VOD for this, if you want to jump in on it live, you're going to do patreon.com/dpadfm. One of these days I got to put like an actual real overlay on for this so that I can have some info up for the VODs or something. But next one of these is going to be Friday, May 20th. So that'll be 3 weeks from tonight. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. See everybody get some sleep. Everybody have good sleepies to you. Get that sleep in your eye. Catch you later. Bye.